Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
To the stream. Sunday fun day, you know the deal. Seasonal, week 4, right? Got a banger right there. You see it. 82nd Airborne, OGs in this community, getting it on against we'll call them the revitalized Polish veterans. These guys played back in 2022 under a different name. A lot of the same guys, though, making up this team. And they're at one point, everybody was thinking they could be the Cinderella story of this seasonal, having beat TL on, not quite sure the map, but I remember the score. And it was such a crazy turn of events. TL was up 4-1, pushing final. And then out of nowhere, with like the last 10 minutes, I want to say, of the match, the Polish veterans flipped the script and ran it back all the way 1-4 on TL. Took them down in like less than 10 minutes. And we thought, holy shit, this is going to be a crazy group. However, of recent, the Poles haven't been as lucky. They've run into some quality opponents and have lost to Syndicate most recently, 4-1, I believe. Not quite sure again of the maps, but they're in a position now where they need to win, whereas the 82nd are sitting pretty atop of the group. Let me just show you real quick the groups. We're gonna look at Group C right now, and you can see 82nd has been pretty much dominant. 5-0'd Syndicate and 5-0'd the Line, and now you know potentially could do another 5-0. These guys are, I believe, top of this group. And we'll just quickly touch on, we'll touch on Esprit. Esprit, if we look at week 4, just got done playing Syndicate on Drill, and Esprit was their usual dominant self, 5-0'd Syndicate, I believe, in about a little over 30, 35 minutes, I want to say. They played about as good as match as you can, so that gets them a second win, I believe. So they're sitting at 2 wins, so the Polish veterans really need this in order to advance. At this point, they're sitting 1-2. If they lose and they go down, it's 1-3. Then you've got this group at the bottom where you've got the Line 1-3, you've got the Polish veterans at 1-3, and you've got Syndicate at 1-3. So week 5, I'm really going to circle that match on the calendar, Syndicate versus the Line. The winner, let's say Syndicate wins, they're automatically in. But if the Line wins, well, actually, you know what? Let me just back that up. I think it's pretty much going to be the Line and Syndicate. I mean to double check those, but either way, it's going to be an awesome match. And just real quick, we're going to go over the whole groups. These are total wins, obviously not reflective of the Friday matches or the Sunday matches. 82nd, like I said, could go up 3-1, and Esprit now has 2 wins. So it's real important that the Polish veterans, somehow can eke out a crazy win on this map right over here, Sainte-Mère-Église, the all too familiar meta comp map. And the reason why it's the meta comp map is simply because, in my opinion, it's the most balanced. You've got Hospice to the north, which is I want to say a German Axis lean. You've got the church, Sainte-Mère-Église, in the middle, which is an Allied lean, and then at the very bottom, the southern point being checkpoint. I think that's a flip 'em. So, I think a lot of teams choose this map because no matter what midpoint you get, you got a chance to win. So before we get in game, there are some few things I just want to go over. I want to shout out Florian from, I want to say, Florian, I believe you're from the Circle. If I'm wrong, my apologies, but this is the guy who's going to provide me with all the lower thirds, the information on the lower thirds. He put together all the statistics for me, and I appreciate that. So give him a shout out over there. Get on Discord, join that, and he also has a website. Again, this is for ranking the teams and players respectively. What else we got? In other news, in case you guys didn't know, some of you guys, right over here, Mortain just came out. Update 15 just jumped off. So you guys haven't been in game recently. the update just came out. So definitely hop back on and take a look. The map, I think, is pretty decent. I don't know if it's comp. We'll find out soon. People are kind of feeling it out and seeing if it's comp ready at this point. I know it's the first iteration of the map, so I know a lot of teams are going over it, and well, hopefully it gets in the rotation. I personally like it. But anyway, to the game. I have everything all set up. Admin Cam is taken care of. Colsad hooked me up. Appreciate that from 82nd. And let me get a quick look and see. Yeah, we have 95 loaded. So let's just jump in. No point in delaying anymore. I'll see you guys in. Peace. So I will need to switch teams. I will be on the, I'll be casting the American side, as you can see from the scoreboard down below. Sainte-Mère-Église, once again, is our, oh, and I'm supposed to join Froggers, but I guess we don't need to do that quite yet. We're waiting for another flip. And while we have the time, go over the strong points. Once again, it was something weird. There's something crazy that happened last week. I don't know if you guys were here for the cast, but on flip, I literally lost the admin cam and I freaked out. So hopefully on flip, we don't have any weird stuff going on. Anyway, it's always nice to just know that everything is working, everything's good. So yeah, while we're at it, let's just go through checkpoint. So like I said, checkpoint is a pretty evenly balanced midpoint. The Germans, which will be coming on, I'll just pull up the map. They'll be coming from the left side here, and whereas the Allies will be coming from the east on the right. So this is the perspective of the Polish veterans. They'll be coming in from this direction. They're going to look to obviously capture this building here. And the adjacent building, which will be on the Allied side, will be where 82nd will be looking to stack their people. And you can see it's right in the middle of the MSR, the road cutting right straight down the main. So it's beautiful because both teams have an opportunity to get in cover because artillery is going to be lighting this area up. So there is areas where you can hide and be safe from that for both teams. So it's one of the most seen maps, or excuse me, strong points whenever it flips. I don't know what this, I'm going to say it's probably close to like 2/3 of the time we're going to see checkpoint. Sainte-Mère-Église, which is our midpoint. This is a heavy Allied lean, and it's mostly because of this building right here, this 3-story building for the Allies. If we just poke ourselves in here for a moment, you've got these lanes right here for MGs to set up. And this is the other port. You can get into the church quite easily from the backside. And it is on the Allied side. It is on the F5, sitting, as you can see, right here. So Allies will get there a bit earlier. So to lose SME, Allies, is a tough thing to do. Now further north, we've got our hospice. Again, a slight lean for Axis, and it's strictly because of this building right here. This is the 3-story building, which is in the strong point itself. So getting in here, again, MGs are going to cover the wheat field, and anything even remotely getting close to this MSR crossing over to get into this building here for the Axis. So that pretty much breaks down the midpoints. Quick check on our numbers. We're at 99. Only a few minutes over. There's our official flip. And a shout out to the guys and girls who got me those lower thirds from 82nd. I appreciate you guys. Like I always say, every single cast, the production just wouldn't be the same without you guys contributing to that. So I thank you all for helping me, making it look hopefully attractive to everybody who's watching, all the viewers. I think it's just cool to see that. I've gotten a lot of nice feedback, by the way, so that's why I continue to do that. And those of you that don't know, people always ask me, what do those numbers mean? Well, the first is the combat effectiveness, and these are averages over the 2023 winter seasonal. So you've got combat effectiveness as your first score, then you've got defensive effectiveness as your middle with the shield, and then with the hammer, and I forget what the other object is. That's your average support score. So in case you guys were wondering what the hell these numbers mean, that's what it means. So let's take our time. Let's just open them all up. Again, we're looking for our man Froggers. And there he is. Outstanding. I will go rifleman. And our midpoint is hospice. Okay. Again, a pretty even point, a slight lean for axis. So the Poles have a slight advantage off start. Here we go. Now, while we have a second or two, I do want to go over just the head-to-head matchup. So this is what I'm thinking. Very strong infantry for 82nd, and their tanks have been much improved. I think they got a couple transfers from Syndicate. Artillery, I wasn't 100% sure. I thought the Poles, I've watched some of their artillery from the TL game. I thought they were pretty damn well executed, the person on that gun. But the communication and experience, 100% going to 82nd. It's going to take a big, huge day and a big upset from the Poles, I believe, today on a map like this. This is a strong map, I believe, for 82nd. Also, while we do have the time, seasonal rules, which I think is a great addition to making the game a little more balanced. I think the devs, didn't have competition in mind when they created. So you've got protected nodes, which basically means nobody can take them down in any way. They can't be satcheled. Panthers are banned. Only Tigers will be used for the German side. And the single artillery gun, whatever gun that artillery player gets in, that's the gun that they will remain in for the entire match. Okay. So with 54 seconds left, let's try and catch a strong. It's going to be it's straight into the cap. There's nothing messing around. They're looking ultimately to get into this building here. Oops, I almost pinged that. I was about to get slapped. But anyway, you ready? Let's go. Week 4, 2024 Spring Seasonal Group C matchup. 82nd Airborne Division versus the Polish Veterans. Let's get it. Hell yeah. That's it, baby. Go. Hopefully we catch a nice snipe. We're going to jump on with our 8C rockets here. Now, unlike most maps, it's generally pretty hard to get your transport stuck. I know back in the earlier day and playing comp, man, every one of these apple orchards was and some of the OG veterans, I know Jem is one of the OGs here playing. But yeah, you used to get stuck in these apple orchards on a branch. You got this, 2-ton truck getting stuck by a stupid branch. So first snipes are coming out. Oh, we got bodies. That is huge. Great play. Great play. Counter. That, you don't understand how huge that is for 82nd to get those bodies out. They already have, or they were at a slight disadvantage. I think that might have leveled it. Big fight over the north, the top. Now, this is one of the Polish veterans' best maps. I've seen these guys on the Helo system. This is arguably their best map to play. '82nd trying to hook around, as you can guys see, to the north. Trying to wrap and get around. Point now coming back in the way of 82nd's direction. Ooh, down goes, what do we got? What goes down? Is that a light? I believe that was a light. Might have been a Stuart. Yes, it was. Stuart down. That's going to hurt 82nd's chances. Now they have to win more of these gun battles. Now, the Poles looking for their light. Panzer IV, I believe, sitting. Yeah, Panzer IV sitting in the familiar wheat field to the north. '82nd is definitely interested in controlling the top part of the map. We're at the very map edge at the top. And it does appear 82nd has won most of their gunfights. They are in the manor courtyard, we'll call it, here where Star-Lord is. Slavic. Now can they, and they've already done, you guys can see, they've crossed the MSR. They are in the backyards on the German side and pushing the Poles further down south. I don't even see much in the way of PV players right now. They're fighting to get back into the cap. 50% of the way there. About a minute left to cap. We're just going to park the bus right here. So there's always that point when you realize that you can't cap, and this is what the Poles are realizing. They can't stop the cap, so a lot of the SLs have stopped attacking and are waiting to basically replace OP. So this point is pretty safe to say going to be in the hands of 82nd within the next 10, 15 seconds. 82nd got the pedal to the metal, probably looking to push the fourth point, which is western approach. We're all but official 3-2. Very, very nice start for the 82nd. Starting with that beautiful truck snipe. So we can pull up map. Let's see what kind of garrison network. Do we have anything formed yet? We have a back line in the G. Again, they fought hard for the north. They definitely wanted it. This is Pizza Slice right here. Everybody knows how important that area to the top is. And now the next thing will be to control the church. And then, obviously, if you can get something in adjacent to Western, that's the ultimate goal. So it's interesting. I'm going to see how the Poles play. I don't know if I particularly like this coming across the top of the three. This is a very risky, ballsy move. I mean, you've got tank support. You do behind. You've got both tanks. Now, Harbor is our AT guy. He is just dying to get both of these lights out of the way. Doesn't have any art. Excuse me. Did I say these are 82nd? Oh, my goodness. What am I... Wow, 82nd completely pushing out the three, and now an attack garrison to the rear. This is like your fast break. I don't know. You've lost it now. They need to get up underneath. They don't have the map. These guys, Polish veterans have been basically knocked back on their heels. They can't break out. They have to push forward because the top of the 3, you can see all 82nd moving west. They're going to need to push. They're going to need to push their bodies east to get into here, and they're going to run into all these guys from 82nd. If they don't watch their back end, they're going to get wrapped because this group of 82nd players, they're looking to control the building right here, this shed, and try and slip in through the back door on Western approach. Try and run with Kolstad for a second. He's going to try and basically push front door. He's getting in awfully close. Sanzu, the squad lead, goes down. Kolstad must... Hey. Just holding, waiting for your squad to get over. Now, Airhead going down. Who's Airhead? That's on the point proper for 82nd with a follow-up bombing run. Vipe's going to get that. No problem. Is he going to try and farm it? No, he's going to take it out. Bombing run coming through. 82nd bombing run about to land. Tommy, just a slight... Oh, wait a minute. That takes out quite a few. Now, I wonder if that was Garrison, because that didn't look like a normal OP spawn. That might have been a Garrison. Might have wiped the Garrison. I think it did because we're starting to see cap progress. Sanzu, the other squad lead. She's front door. She's meat grind. So, again, this area to the north is where that big push was off of Cospus Cap. The red zone garrison has been locked out, but there's just so much front door pressure. I mean, these guys have been basically completely, Polish veterans have been completely enveloped. Guys are already in Jack Bot Jack, God. Yeah, this is looking tough for the vets. Nobody close, honestly, at this point. We've got a squad leader in the distance. And like I said, 82nd, a team to be reckoned with. They just recently acquired some top shooters and some great tankers. on top of already having some great shooters. These guys were 18v18 champions. So these guys can shoot it. And now they've got a nice balanced squad. So they're going to be a team to be messed with in seasonal going forward. Our fifth and final is La Prairie. Might be preeminently setting it up. This red zone garrison, which is going to be a jump off to La Prairie. It's beautiful. I think this game, I'm kind of wondering, is it even going to last 30 minutes? Because this point is all but done. There's nobody here to even contest. So this might be a skeleton crew here on a western approach. Have everybody redeploy over to this garrison. It probably will be unlocked once the cap happens. Is it unlocked? Yes, there we go. It's unlocked. It's free. La Prairie is going to be shit on in about 30 seconds because we're going to get a mass redeploy. Let's get up there with Dan. And, you know, this is a type of match where everything is moving so fast. You don't even have time to set up the camera and actually talk about what's happening. Because, I mean, look at this. We're only, what is this, 113. The match is barely 15 minutes old. And we're already on final. Big spawn. Is that off garrison? Yeah, that's off garrison. Let's just watch the steam wave come. And Angelic is just putting work in. They both Raptor C's. Here they come, hooking around. Hop for good luck. Gets dropped. Rooster getting.
You just move here. Thanks.
On me, Raptor, on me.
There we go, Vibe. Vibe getting a quick clap now. Did he get OP? I think OP is still up. OP was still up. Unlucky on that. If he just would have went further. EK, I'm sure sees, but he's. In other news, let's head down to where the front line. Let's jump on with the second worst guitarist. Yeah, life is good when you're running through open fields, not caring. Let me just look at this. I mean, the guy's skipping through open fields, just running straight into the strong point. Your team is definitely doing something right. So we've got two 82nd players in this strong point. La Prairie, with more on the way. We've got a squad leader. Andy holding that back line. Definitely knows doesn't want to peek. Everyone's just chilling. Oh, somebody got him from somewhere. The banana manic. Gonna open up big map. What do we got? So the back line that was formerly placed up in the G has been all deleted by your commander. Let's find out who is actually commanding today. How about that? Got the OG today. We got Gem. Commanding. Yeah, so basically it's upgrading. You know, I think with this drop, you'll start to see even potentially, you probably might see this garrison here get deleted. But yeah, now it's just upgrading to the C column and the D column for their garrisons. Panzer IV is just holding that back line. Don't think Panzer IV is coming out to engage any of the Allied armor. He's just going to sit on back defense. Hopefully support this infantry, allow the Polish veterans to clear out the sector and have a chance and kind of catch their breath, because they've been punched in the stomach, and you know, they're not responding well. And that's what happens when you just get your shit pushed in basically by another team that's just got a little bit better FPS skills. Hell Let Loose is it's an unforgiving game. Now, I'm hearing the brrr from an OG. And one of the best MGs in this game, like your man Fortress from a spree. We're going to say Robert is probably one of your better, knows all his spots, does an incredible amount of prep work, knows the game. That Panzer IV is doing what it should do, suppressing all the infantry. Now, Le Prairie looks like it's a pretty difficult point. I mean, outside of this wheat field, which provide, you know, depending on where you are, may or may not render in some places, depending on how far you are, but it's all just open. So it's going to take time, I believe, for 82nd to get this 5-0 if they so choose, or they just sit and wait a little bit, maybe wait for tanks. In terms of fuel, I mean, they're down to 30. And what do we have on the board? Do we have anything in the way of tanks? We do. We've got one heavy, but not much more than that. I mean, and obviously because it's so early in the game, you're obviously not used to seeing, you know, all the heavies up yet. Just hasn't had time to, the resources, the fuel resources haven't had time to generate. Indeed you did, Shanks. And away we go, taking space. All right, let's pull out and take a look. I mean, big push coming through wheat fields. Where are we basically? Yeah, this is garrison just waiting to be built. I'm wondering if 82nd just throws caution to the wind and just pushes hard for La Prairie and just says the hell with map control. because they do have a nice network. Look at this beautiful network of garrisons. It's really hard. They're completely surrounded. A small group looks like they are breaking out to the north in B6. For the Poles, they need a garrison somewhere near where Dog Squad is, where Slavic is. So he's just going to hold that area, deny them the ability to place garrison. Let's get back in the front door. So this is 3-story building on the point proper where president is. So garrison for the Poles is at the north, well, basically just outside of the strong point behind cover. So it's going to be hard to bomb that garrison. You know, I like that the Poles haven't given up. I mean, they were just blown away off the gates. And it would have been real easy to just say, screw it, you know. It's not our tournament, it's not our time yet. But they're still fighting. Uh-oh, Rooster. Rooster with the big play. I can feel it. There it is. That garrison going down is huge. Underneath Andy's nose, didn't even see it. So Alf, Golstat in the cap. We just saw it flicker. Now with map control, is there enough map control for it to be soft cap? I think so. The boys are going to come down from the north. Front door garrison to the bottom of the 8. You know, I think in a couple more minutes, supplies are being dropped for a garrison. They do not have a backup garrison. Yeah, the Poles are in a really, really tough spot. I mean, geez. What do we got sitting here? Is that a 76? Just trolling? Wow. Nothing Carl can do but sit and watch. Now Ricky's got one in the tail. Timer jumps out to try and repair, gets shit on. Now it's a 2-man crew, I believe. Demos and Bensu. But look at this, 50% cap. Basically about a minute left in this match. Not much to do, but you know, just watch it all happen. You know, like I was saying earlier, just a very impressive performance. 82nd is the real deal. Bombing run. Trying to save point for the Poles. Contests for a moment. It does buy a little time. Three-quarters and moving. Now this is all but GG. '82nd had shit to do on a Sunday, so they're like, listen, guys, we got to get this done now. You know, I don't know if you guys celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but here in America, everybody's honorary Mexican for the day, so we're going to go out and get some margaritas, I suppose. But yeah, that's it. Not much to say. I was just run through the numbers real quick. I mean, they're not going to be gaudy or anything. Very efficient. I mean, when you beat somebody basically in under 30, that's what we call a steamroll in comp, and that puts the Poles back up against the wall. We pop out. Get into the main scene here, guys. That was, well, I wasn't too off on my prediction. I mean, I did think 82nd had a big advantage, and they basically proved it. They were a much better team today, even on the Poles' best map. So that gives you an idea how well 82nd is playing currently. So I think this is going to put 82nd at the top of the bracket or the top of the group. We can pull that up one more time for you guys. And let's just quickly go over Group C now. So with that win, that gives 82nd 3 5-0s, puts them in the upper bracket. And I believe now that leaves a spree for the second place in the upper bracket. And the two lower brackets, I believe, are going to wind up going to Syndicate and the Line. Regardless of the match, I think week 5 is going to be for bragging rights for both teams, both NA teams. So they play with a lot of pride, and I know they definitely are going to be going after each other next week. And for the Poles, I think this pretty much sealed their deal. Next seasonal is a long way away, but they do what everybody else does. You go out, you recruit, you get some players, train them up, and you hope for the best. But I mean, you played against some of the best comp in this whole entire tournament. I mean, this group had some really quality opponents. 82nd and Esprit are great teams. So when you got to go up against them and get dubs, it's hard. So nothing to be ashamed of. I think they got some things to work on, but I think the Poles, hopefully they stick with the comp scene. Because it's always nice to see that the competitive side still staying relevant. I'm worried that after enough time, there's going to be so many top teams that some of the smaller teams are going to be disinterested. Maybe I hope we could do something about the way things are structured. Hopefully in the off season we can discuss how that all comes together with transfers and yada yada. I won't get into that, but again. 82nd, congratulations. Awesome playing today. And they're basically cruising. I think they've got the next couple of weeks off while the other teams fight it out in the lower brackets. And we're probably going to say goodbye to the Polish veterans. So anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening if you're over in Europe. And for us North American, let's go enjoy that afternoon. Let's go get a margarita and go enjoy life and celebrate. Oh, but before we go, I always forget, why not? Where is this? I always forget to do this. Hold up. Do that for me. Help me out, man. I appreciate you guys supporting what I do. Like it, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bells anytime I go live and all that good stuff. So anyway, hope to see you guys on the next one, and I'll catch you. Peace.